In this lesson we'll be discussing the state principle. Now the state principle says that the state of a simple compressible system that's comprised of a pure substance is completely specified by two independent, intensive thermodynamic properties. So let's talk a little about what that means. So we had a previous lesson objective where we discussed the simple compressible system and the pure substance. Now we say it can be specified by two independent intensive thermodynamic properties. Intensive we talked about before. You could have as an intensive property, you could have pressure, you could have temperature, you could have specific volume, you could have specific internal energy, or specific enthalpy. Those are all intensive thermodynamic properties. However, we say it has to be independent. And for the most part, pressure and temperature and specific volume will be independent. However, there are certain cases where we talk about in the vapor dome of a steam situation where as a substance is going through a phase change and it occupies two phases at one point, pressure and temperature are no longer independent, and therefore you cannot define the exact state of that system just with pressure and temperature. And so you would need a different one. When we get into the vapor dome, we'll also talk about a system called intensive property known as our quality, which we annotate with an X. So while you can't use pressure and temperature as two independent, you could use pressure or temperature and the quality, and that would give you those two independent intensive thermodynamic properties. So they have to be independent of each other. They have to be intensive. Okay? And with those, we can define the state of any of these properties.